Hey everybody, and welcome to Elmwood Park Zoo School Live. Today we have a very special episode. Today is Luna's goodbye party. So here comes the special girl now. You can see we gave her all kinds of fun painted toys, special treats, little banners, because for those that don't know, Luna is actually going to be leaving us within the next week or so. Luna here has been here for about 4 years. She was born here at the zoo. Her parents are Inka and Zean, who are still going to be here. Normally in the wild, normally at this age, Luna would actually be on her way out. Zean and Inka would actually be kicking her out of the territory, saying, goodbye, goodbye. You know, we need to get you out of here. You're eating our food. We need you gone. So it would be a natural thing in the wild that Luna would actually be traveling miles and miles away to find her own territory. And that's exactly what's happening now, because it's actually a lot better for the animals themselves. Normally the cubs don't really hang around mom too long, and Luna also needs to kind of set out on her own adventure as well. So we have all kinds of fun toys, like I said. She's going over to our meat smiley face. So she's going to be licking off some of her meats that we put into a smiley face for her. Some other things we have is we have a lot of PA to Kansas. Yep, pop a little over there. Yep, there we go. Because that's actually where she's headed. She's actually headed out to Kansas. She's heading to Richardson Zoo, where she's going to have a nice big exhibit. And she's going to have a lot of new fun smells, and she's going to pee on a lot of new things. So she's going to be very excited about that, because that's the favorite thing of any cat, is peeing on stuff. Of course, we also have over here, she kind of knocked down one of them, but we also have some of her nicknames that the keepers have given her. The one up over on the right side there used to have the word tuna above it, because we like to call her tuna fish. We also have Bean and Looney Tunes as a couple of her nicknames she has here with the keepers. So we actually have a number of the keepers here and other staff members, and they'll probably be jumping in and out, wishing her goodbye, maybe even telling a couple of their favorite stories. Oh, it moved. It was scary. So I'll start off with one of my favorite stories of Luna, is actually when she was still in Inka's belly. We definitely knew that Inka was pregnant, but probably one of the funniest things was the fact that the day before she gave birth to both Luna and Diego, was she decided that she was going to slam a big metal keg into her belly and drag it all around the exhibit and use the keg as the nest. So we have a lot of big indestructible toys, and one of their favorites was this big metal keg in the old exhibit. And Inka decided that that keg was going to be how she made a nest for Luna and Diego. She had straw and all kinds of other stuff as well, but Luna came into the world having a keg as her nest. Yeah. So I'm going to throw it out. Any other keepers have any fun stories about Luna?
I'm Keeper Kate, and I was actually the one that found Luna and Diego when they were born. So every morning we check all the animals in the zoo to make sure they're happy and healthy. And that morning I went in and I was actually training another keeper. And Inka, who I've been working with since she's been here, about like 6 or 7 years ago now, actually snarled at me. And I have a pretty good relationship with her because I've been training her for so long. So I was pretty shocked, and I didn't understand why she was being so aggressive. And then I saw 2 little lumps moving by her belly, and I immediately started freaking out. I probably cried, and then
I did cry. I saw it.
I called our curator at the time to tell him that we had, 2 cubs, and he didn't hear me. And
he thought you said possum.
Yeah, he thought.
And he's like, why is everyone freaking out that there's a possum near the jaguar?
Yeah, so he was a little confused, and then, as we got closer, we were able to see that there were 2 of them. And from the beginning, they were very different in coloration. Luna was much lighter, and Diego was much darker. And then just being able to watch them grow up was truly amazing. So we've had a really good time hanging out with them here, and I'm excited for her to start her new adventure.
Yeah, we'd love to talk a little bit about what that adventure is. So if any other keepers would like to chime in, we know that Luna is headed to Kansas, and I believe she's going to be living with another jaguar. So any insight into what that role will be? We know her brother Diego is at another zoo in Memphis, I believe.
Correct. Yep, so Diego lives at the Memphis Zoo now, and Diego's actually a father, so Luna is an aunt. Luna will be going to the Richardson Zoo in Kansas, where she's going to be living with another female jaguar, actually. Since Luna was born, she's always been the most social. So jaguars are they're always solitary by nature, but every once in a while you get some that may want to seek the company of another. And Luna, from the beginning, has always been trying to hang out with mom or her brother, and unfortunately her mom and brother were a little aggressive towards her, so they kind of kicked her out of their family circle. But the new jaguar that she will be living with has also lived with other cats, so we're excited to see how they kick it off together, and hopefully a strong friendship will blossom from that.
Almost like the Golden Girls. That kind of scenario is what we're all hoping for.
So what kind of training had to go into getting Luna ready to travel? She can't just, hop on a Greyhound bus and head out to Kansas. So what did you guys have to work on with her?
No, it would be much, much easier if we could just put her on a bus.
Nobody would survive that.
No one would survive that. Frequently, large animals will go by plane, but little Luna here is actually going to be going on a ground transport, so she'll be driven, but you can't also just put her in the back of a pickup truck. She has to go in a crate. So we had to get a crate that was big enough to hold a jaguar, strong enough to hold a jaguar, and then we had to teach her how to go inside of it. So Luna has never seen a crate before, so we actually borrowed one.
And she's a little bit of a chicken.
She is a huge chicken. You may have seen earlier when something fell down just today, she immediately runs away from it. Anything that is new or scary, she will investigate once and then run away from. So we have spent several weeks now with the brand new crate, it lived in front of her stall inside. And then we opened the door so she could explore it all alone. So we're going through a lot of steps of asking her to come into the crate and closing the door a little bit, just so she gets used to it and it's something really comfy, because it's a long drive from here to Kansas and she's going to have to be really cozy in there. And even though, like we say, she's a chicken, she's been doing really well with her crate training.
That's awesome. It's so cool to hear all the steps you guys are taking to get her ready. So we did have a question, and I just want to clarify, if the purpose is for her not to breed, why is she going to live with a female? My understanding is just that companionship to provide quality of life and enrichment. Some animals do enjoy hanging out with other individuals a little bit more than some others would. So Luna's going to make some really awesome new best friends in Kansas.
And this decision was actually created by something called the SSP, or the Species Survival Plan. Being an AZA-accredited zoo, we're here for conservation and education. Obviously, we want you guys to have fun here, but those are our two biggest reasons of being here. And that's a lot of that help comes from what is called Species Survival Plan, or as we just refer to it as SSP. It's a group of individuals that have been in the field normally a long time, and also have to sometimes take some genetic courses and a bunch of other stuff. And they're the ones that actually help decide where these animals go. The only reason why we bred Inka and Zean in the first place is because the SSP asked us to help create some more genetics in the zoo field. Obviously, as it's kind of figured out, Luna's genetics are very well represented now. It only took a couple of years, which is pretty impressive for jaguars, because they are very solitary, so they don't like to breed fairly often in some situations, or you sometimes have a male and a female that just don't want to be near each other no matter what. So we were lucky enough, and then of course Diego going out and having some kids, and then both Zean and Inka's brother and sister are paired up at another zoo, and they also had kids. So because there's only so much space here in zoos and out in the wild, it's very important to make sure that we have a very diverse genetic population to keep the species going. So that's kind of the big reason there, and who's making those decisions. And it's not so much like we're selling or anything like that. Like, it's literally passing off the genetics to help the species as a whole. That's the only reason why we're really breeding these cats in the first place.
That's great. So someone's question had also been if there was plans to bring another jaguar to the zoo. Do we have any plans for any other jags, or is Zean and Inka gonna just be our shining stars for a while?
Zean and Inka are going to be our shining stars for a while. They're really happy here with the exhibit setup, and because we have a large yard, the day room, and the behind the scenes area, that just means that they'll get to spend more time rotating and spending more outside time for them. So we're really excited to be able to give them that opportunity, as well as give Luna the companion that it seems she's always been craving. Inka kind of kicked her out younger. Sometimes they will live with their mother for a while and can coexist. Inka did not want that to happen. So every time Luna sees one of them from a distance, she kind of cries to them. So I think it'll be nice for her to have another female to live with and hang out with and play with.
And she seems to be very playful. Any of you keepers want to chime in on maybe a favorite type of enrichment that Luna has as she's headed off to a new zoo? We can pass that on and maybe share any memories of those.
Luna's favorite enrichment. This is a tough one because Luna will eat just about anything that you give her. She loves all toys. Her mother is a very toy-oriented cat, and Luna gets that from her. But whereas Inka has favorite toys, Luna really loves everything. She really loves that cylinder that she's playing with right now. She loves our small keg. She loves our big keg. She loves all the plastic toys. We've actually had to modify a lot of our toys and take them out of rotation because once Luna has them, they don't last long. So our enrichment approval process, we always start with Zean. He is our least toy-motivated cat. And then if he doesn't care, then we move on to Inka. Once it has passed the test of Inka and Zean, then we move on to Luna, because if it fails, well, the other two at least have already got to have it once. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that she has any other favorite toys. Oh. I don't know if you heard Mel back there. She said paper mache quietly, and I immediately cringed because last summer we made Luna a giant paper mache ball for Earth Day, actually. We painted it like the globe, and it was really cool. And we offered it to her out on exhibit. She was really cute. She played with it. And then Luna does this thing where she loves to drag her toys into water. So whether you give her a bowl or a bone or a paper mache ball, she tries to drown it. And she did a really great job. And she drowned it in the pool on exhibit. And it took us, I could not tell you how long, to clean the tiny pieces of paper mache out of the exhibit pool, and it was miserable. And since that day, she has not had a paper mache near water.
I will say maybe it's psychological, because one of also my favorite stories is when Luna was still with Diego and Inka. As Kate kind of said, she's kind of the punching bag when she was younger. And I just remember the one day her and Diego hanging out near the water, and Diego just had this look and just shoved her right into the water, and Inka just kind of bopped her in the head when she was there. She obviously, jags are very good at swimming and all that, but she probably sees the toys as like, this is my way to get back at all of them. So thankfully from the ad, she is very water oriented. She doesn't swim in the deep end really anymore. Now that she's older, but she sure does like to go into the shallow end, splashing around and making a whole mess. Actually, she, one time, the smaller pill there, the little gray pill, when I was in this area, I left for a little bit, and I got a call on the radio saying that my entire jag pool has emptied out, and that's because Inka proceeded to take the pill, shove it in the waterfall, block it, and my entire pool system basically drained out into the yard because she decided to create a little dam. So those are a couple more of my favorite Luna stories, because she is a little bit of a troublemaker sometimes.
So it can be a lot of work to take care of such a big cat. Is there somewhere that any of our viewers who are interested in providing enrichment for our big cats or other animals at the zoo, something they can check out, where they could find out what you guys need to help make her life even better, or I guess make Inka and Zean's lives even better while they're here?
Yeah, that is my favorite question. Because in addition to being Luna's trainer and one of her keepers, I'm also the enrichment coordinator, which means I keep a list of things we want. Toys and smells and weird foods. And you can find that on the zoo's website. Under the support tab, there's a link to an Amazon wish list, one for enrichment. And there are not a lot of small, cheap items that the jaguars can have. You said if it's destroyable, she's going to destroy it. So jaguar toys often cost us hundreds of dollars a piece. And we're willing to take smaller amounts to put them towards big toys, but we do have links on that wish list to some really nice, you can see like the cylinder that she was playing with, that used to be a pill like the gray one, that is in pieces now. So we're constantly looking for new things, and we're hoping that Luna at her new zoo is going to have some toys that we didn't have for her here, but we're always looking for variety for Inka and Zean, and the cougars would play with them too.
That's
So, yeah,
awesome.
It's a great question.
All right, let's see. I'm going to go through and see if we have any other questions. Lots of you will be missed, Luna, and hoping and wishing her good luck on her journey. Lots of safe travels, as she is very much enjoying some of that bone enrichment, it looks like, in there right now.
Maybe that's her favorite.
Yeah.
Anything she can eat.
Yeah, bloodsicles, always a fun one.
They're asking if we'll provide updates. I'm sure that's something maybe our marketing department can put together, updates on how her journey goes and when she heads to that other zoo.
Say the keepers who are waiting for her in Kansas have been emailing us ever since they found out she was coming. So they're very excited to start working with her, and I'm sure that they will send us all the pictures that we want.
Especially since she is so social.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I hope that everyone has enjoyed watching Luna enjoy her party. We'll keep filming for a little bit, but before we sign off, we're going to have a whole lot of staff run on over here and say a goodbye to our friend Luna. And thanks to you guys for tuning in to Zoo School. As always, make sure you leave any questions you have in the comments that we haven't gotten to already. And tune in on Thursday. We air on every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. And make sure you stop by the zoo the next week to say your personal goodbye to Miss Luna before she heads out. All right, let's give a nice big wave and goodbye, and we will see you guys later.
Bye, Luna. Oh, there's noises going on.
I like this. I don't care.
If there's phones, they will all just follow.